Political financing. Recently, I did an online crowdfunding for my office as opposition. Now we have no allocation. We're only given 100,000, right? And when I had to do an online fundraising, people just donated. Residents, people from everywhere donated. I looked around me and I asked myself, how come others don't have to do this? Where are their money coming from? If I have to pay 30,000 a month to pay salary for my staff, to rent office, what about the rest? I've heard from other genuinely struggling politicians. I have friends, MPs from Sabah. MPs from Sabah told me without allocation, they just can't function. They cannot function because even if you were to turn to your people for fundraising, they don't have the means to help you. So in Kuala Lumpur, it's a bit easier, but in Kota Belud, it's difficult, it's challenging. And that's why we have to look at the entire issue of political financing. It has everything to do with the defection today. Because you just cannot expect rural MPs to function on ideals alone. I mean, you can go to rallies and tell the poor, this is how I'm going to fix your problem, but what they want is they want infra, I want a bridge here, I want a road here. But if they have no way to fundraise, and to fix the people's problem, they will be voted out, they will not be chosen. And so these defections continue to happen. So that's something very important. I think if you want to fix defection, we have to fix political financing. The other thing I want to talk about is allocation currently given by ICU. Every MP, if you are from government MP, you get about 3.5 million for your constituency. If you're opposition, you get 100,000. Now, the money is not banked into my account. I have to apply to ICU. ICU is parked under the Prime Minister's department. So, in our 22 months, even though I went to Kuan Yin, Ministry of Finance, and I said, please help me fix this problem. MOF couldn't do anything because it's parked under PMO, right? And this allocation is very strange. The money is there, but they have their rules. So for example, if I want to build an outdoor gym, I apply to ICU and I say, I would like an outdoor gym set to be built in this residential area. ICU will decide on the contractor. I cannot decide on the contractor. And these are Bumiputra status contractors. And the pricing, I don't have the say. Okay? So when I look at that, I highlighted this at all the MPs meeting. I said, we have to fix this. To build 2 outdoor gym sets using ICU pricing, it's 17,000 ringgit for 2 sets. Okay? But if I turn to private contractors and I say, please give me 3 quotes, I want to know, they can give me 3 sets of gym sets, an additional gym set for only 11,000 ringgit. That's almost half, 50% discount, right? And if this is just gym set, you imagine the other tenders, how much wastages in the name of empowering Bumiputra contractors. I dare say that outside there are many, many competitive, competent Bumiputra contractors who have every means to do the same work, but they have no access to that system. How are you listed? You know, so that's one. The other thing that I find very strange now is, if I have 100,000 now, if I want to give out kurma, because Ramadan is coming, I want to give dates to the mosques. I want to buy the kurma. By right, I should be able to buy from Maidin, for example, and just submit my receipt. Here's the receipt for 5,000 kurma. I cannot claim. ICU tells me that you have to form an NGO for you to claim. And so I asked around, and everybody says, you know, just go and form an NGO, because the ICU needs to pay an NGO for them to reimburse you. I said, I don't want to form an NGO. I have enough work on my hand. I don't want to run an AGM every year, and I don't want to have an extra entity for me to run. But that's how they have been functioning. And so somebody like me, if I want to buy dates, I want to buy something simple like kurma, I have to knock on doors of Residents Association and say, would you allow me to claim through you, Residents Association, so that I don't have to go and find money to pay for kurma. Okay? know. So the system is meant to frustrate those who really want to do good. And this is my conclusion. My conclusion is, for Malaysians out there who are listening and to anyone who wants to fight corruption, every time you hit the wall with a grey policy, an area that is grey, you don't know how to apply, you don't know what's the process, you don't know why this policy is created to make life so difficult, that is the room that breeds corruption. And that is the space that we need to change. As simple as ICU allocation. And to end with this, I think MACC now really has to show to Malaysians, if they are serious about wanting to fight corruption, MACC should stand alongside people like C4 and push for the Political Financing Bill to be tabled. I think MACC will be judged based on this. Thank you.